running rich right now, but it's fun. Shut this door down here. Let the heat out. On a stock 2.2 head, all I did was pour it out a little bit. It's the Vortex. Okay, I never had an issue with a head. I always copper spray my. I always use copper spray on my head gaskets. I'll coat it really good where it's all copper look. Hang it up. Start tearing the head off the truck. As soon as the head's off the truck, I'll have the other one prepped and ready. And then I spray the gasket one more time, drop it on there, and torque it down. A lot of people are going to say I'm crazy because the torque specs I'm using on it, and it's on all stock head bolts, Velcro gasket from the parts store. Only issue I ever had, the thermostat got stuck shut. That's rare, but it got stuck shut and it blew a head gasket. Well, we swapped it out over a couple hours, and well, my number one spark plug filled up coolant not long after the hairline crack. It's actually in the casting. You can't see it. Put some heat to it, you might, but that's the only issue I had. I'm gonna keep it white, but I gotta get my little bed painted. That's the exhaust right now, but it's about to come off there. The exhaust sounds good. It's 3-inch off the turbo to 2.5. It crosses under the training to the passenger side. Then it runs back to 3-inch all the way to the muffler, which is actually compliments of Johnny Simmons, good friend of mine, another good dude. He gave me the exhaust off his 1990 Chevy Camaro SS, and I basically used it from right around under the cab area right here. You can't really see it, it's dark, but right around the cab area. And then the muffler I put up in there, I kind of angled it. Muffler, sort of. I don't keep a spare tires under the back, so. But it's working out great with this setup, so I'm kind of liking it, but I'm going to chop the muffler off. It's got to go. Sorry, Johnny. But it's got a, I feel that it has too much of a hole back. I have tinted the back and the side windows. I still got tinted back. Let's see. I'll set this down here. See if you can see the tailpipe. Just like it was already. Maybe like stuff still out here. Coveralls on, I've been outside working. Alright. I did the tent strip on the windshield. I bought a full roll of tent and I held it up to the dead center of the back windshield because it's like the highest part, the highest peak of it. It's in the center. From the bottom, I gave it just a tiny bit of overlay and I cut the window tint off right there. And I had just enough to make me a nice strip. It's got a Honda Del Sol seat on one side. I I got the other one, but I gotta get a new bottom for it. I kind of messed it up. I left the back of the cab open on the other truck where it had a blow through, and my dog was in there. Tore the seat up, tore the foam. And there you have it. A lot of people are probably like, what the fuck? Anti-surge. I got a power steering plug deal going on here. I don't like it. Firewall was all black because the previous motor, the original one to the truck's blow by, was clogged up on the around the intake section, so it kind of fucked it up. And half the piston was missing that I didn't know. Well, like a chunk of the piston. I'm gonna take bleach white back to the firewall, clean it up. AC delete box. Brake booster's off a 94 S10. I'm gonna soon try to use a Cavalier one. They're not as round. And right now my exhaust is very, very close. It looks as if it's touching in here, but it's not. It's got just a little bit of clearance. I just hack job cutting a hole in the hood. Oh well, I got a different hood for it too. But the last idiot drilled a hole through the plate down there and ran a power wire out of it. I used a Cavalier dipstick tube. The header is actually the flange to my old T3, T4 turbo header. I bought it on eBay. Somebody in PA had, and it cracked on them, which I'm pretty sure I know why, but I used a flange that bolts on the head from that, and I bought a Nissan 240 SX turbo header. It's originally supposed to be a bottom mount turbo. It's supposed to be, so basically I just chopped the flange off, flipped it over, and I used a head that went to the original motor to mock up, bolted the flange to it, tacked the header to it, and then I took a piece of that 3-inch pipe that's coming off the turbo, and I made a square piece. Yes, it's some big welds, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to blow out. So I took a piece of steel, I welded a couple of the bolt holes shut, and I put studs out the bottom of a few of them, and I used it because I did that because it's a T2 flange, T25 turbo deal. I had the T3 one on my old header. I used it. The wastegate tube, I can weld because I took the old header and chopped it up and made me a wastegate tube. What curves off the wastegate comes up. It is a water cooled turbo, and it is hooked up. I'm using, a lot of people probably wouldn't do it, but I used a block drain plug that's on the 2.2s. It's right down under there. It's like right by one of the motor mount bolts, but it's a block plug. Got the shop phone ring. Talking to my old lady. So, but I used it to push water into the turbo because your thermostat locks it off, won't let it no more get past it until it opens up. So I used that block feed, ran it into the turbo, which is actually, it's a block drain plug, and I come out of the turbo, drilled, tapped, and then also it's got a rubber ring and a nut on the other side of the thermostat housing. Fit in there perfect. I had to cut the nut down, but it works great. It returns the water. My temperatures don't get no higher than 169, and that's running the shit out of it. On 10 pounds of boost, I've been running it, and then I just turned it up to where it goes to 12. Coil packs are mounted on top, so they ain't down there. It's a Cavalier intake. Audi TT fuel injectors, the Evo. I have to get them their Evo plug, Evo turbo injectors. It's like 210 cc's at 43.5 psi at 3 bars. I'm putting 4 bars of fuel pressure to it, with the 10 to 12 pounds of boost, I could probably actually do some more fuel. Sunfire ECU. I repinned the wiring harness to match a Sunfire. Still haven't figured out the speed sensor though. I'm yet to do that as soon as I put it on the lift in the air. Alternator, I cut the center of the bracket out where the fan pulley originally went. Chopped it off. Used one of the bolt holes and got a piece off of 4.3 for idler pulley. Used it with a longer bolt. And I used a 60-inch belt. But that's it for this video. I'll get back on another video in just a few. So you see the Boost 10, this is number 2. Getting the bumper painted back. The blue's gonna be painted white. I was thinking about doing white where the black is on the rims, but I might just do green. Not sure yet. Undebated. You can leave it in the comments what color you think. Peace out, YouTube.